Hey guys, the Explorer 4 here, the Horror Boy. Welcome back to some more reviews, and today we're continuing our reviews on the Jaws films with my review of the third film in the Jaws series, and that of course is Jaws 3, aka Jaws 3D. This is a 1983 film. It's a 3.7, a 3.7 on IMDb. 3.7. Come on. It is not that bad. I kindly disagree with that. That 3.7, it is not that bad. Jaws 3D is not that bad. But, like I said, talking about Jaws 3, aka Jaws 3, I'm just going to call it Jaws 3 for this review because I didn't see it in 3D, so. But, Jaws 3, once again, very, very cool VHS. I wasn't able to watch it on VHS because my VHS player is buried in my closet, so hopefully one day I can dig that out and watch this on VHS, hopefully one day. But, yeah, cool poster for that. I love the poster for this movie. I was so happy I was able to find those on VHS, because I had never even knew there was Jaws 3 and 4 and 2. I mean, I knew there was Jaws the Revenge, but to be honest, I didn't know there was a whole franchise, so when I seen that, I was like, hey, cool, there's Jaws 3. Jaws 3D. But Jaws 3 is a fun movie. This is a film that I really enjoyed. Directed by Joe Alves, who I guess was production designer on the first Jaws. Sadly, this is the only movie he's directed. But he was production designer on the first movie. And this movie is really fun. Not a bad movie at all. I don't agree with all the hate. I don't agree with all of the just harshness on this movie. It is a damn fun film. I really don't get the hate for it. It is so entertaining. Very simple plot. You've got Dennis Quaid, the awesome Dennis Quaid in this movie, being badass as the lead. He is, of course, one of the sons of the Brody character, Sheriff Brody character from the first movie. He is Mike Brody, who is the character is also in the second Jaws movie. And he is working at SeaWorld. And a shark goes there, and you find out it's the baby shark. Then the mama shark goes there on opening day, and they have like an attraction for the baby shark, but the baby shark dies. The mama shark gets pissed, starts really causing mayhem, destruction, doesn't kill a lot of people, injures people, and causes all kinds of destruction. The shark that's basically what it is. A shark in SeaWorld causing mayhem. You have the awesome 3D cheesy effects. You have some great acting. I will stand by it. This movie has some great acting. Now, I want to kind of organize myself here because I'm kind of all over the place, but that's the plot. Jaws 3 is a shark in SeaWorld causing mayhem. You have an underwater part of the SeaWorld exhibit where people are trapped underneath the water in these kind of tunnels, and Dennis Quaid has to figure out a way to go down there and save them. And he kind of forms his team to go after and kill the shark and save the people. This is a really fun movie. This is really good. It's, again, not nearly as good as the first two. Like, the first one, for me, is my favorite. Second one is a very close second. Like, to me, the first, second movie are on par. For most people, it's, oh, Jaws 1 way up here, Jaws 2 way down here. No, for me, Jaws 1 and 2 are up there. I love both movies to death. I think if that was the series, it would end on a great note, because Jaws 1 is the slow burn, methodical film, and then Jaws 2 is the action-packed, thrill ride with effects, and everything's upgraded. I love Jaws 2. This one is a really fun movie. It's just, you could kind of tell they were like, I have a feeling they were like, well, we're trying to make some part 3s. We've got to make some 3D movies, Friday the 13th 3D came out the year before, and they're like, well, what else can we do in 3D? Hey, we got Jaws 3 we could do. It really feels like like that. Like, to be honest, if you didn't call it Jaws, you really couldn't tell the difference, besides the fact there's a great white shark in this movie, and besides the fact that you have them kind of referencing the first two movies a little bit in some dialogue, and of course the characters are from the first two movies. Different actors, but the characters. You change little things here and there, it wouldn't really be a Jaws movie. I mean, When you compare it to the first two movies, it's definitely not as good as those, but I think it's still a damn fun movie. It's got a lot going for it. I mean, first of all, I want to say this. The positives, the acting is on point. Dennis Quaid, Bess Armstrong, Simon McCorkindale, Louis Gossett Jr., John Putch, Leah Thompson in this movie in an early role. And I thought all the characters were fun. You could tell they were having fun making this movie. It translates well to the screen. Everybody's having a good time. This is one of those movies that's really fun to watch because all the characters and the actors are having fun, and you can tell they're having a blast making this movie, and it translates well. So it makes it a very fun experience. So the acting is on point. There's not really, to me, any bad acting. I think it's all on point. The atmosphere of SeaWorld, the idea of SeaWorld, this shark being loose in SeaWorld. I love that aspect. It's a very fun part of the movie, very unique to this film. The music wasn't really anything, because like you had the first movie score, which is kind of basic but works for that film. You have Jaws 2, which to me upgrades the score because Jaws 2 has a much more bigger, massive score. This movie is more like the first movie. It's a very basic. Honestly, it just recycles the first movie score. Not really any new music here. Not bad music per se, but not anything great, anything noteworthy. The music's alright, I guess I could say. There are some well-filmed sequences. This direction by Joe Alves, I thought, was pretty good. I think there are scenes that look good. There's a scene where a dolphin... Literally, I don't know how they got this shot because this dolphin jumps and the camera's pointed downward and you see the dolphin come up and jump down for a 3D shot and the water hits the camera, all done in one shot. I don't know how they did that, but that was a very well done shot. There's a scene I thought was also well done where a guy is in the shark's mouth but he doesn't get eaten by the teeth. He doesn't get bit. What happens is he gets crushed in the jaws of the jaws of the shark. And he gets crushed, and the scene is intense, it's well filmed, and it looks good. It's a short movie, it's an hour and a half, it's fast paced, not really any dragging moments. Maybe the ending was had a little bit of drag to it, but nothing like too horrible. So it is a shorter movie. It's a much more entertainment-based popcorn Jaws movie. Just trying to have fun, trying to have a good time. I love the atmosphere of SeaWorld and all the attractions they have, and they use real-life dolphins. They use real-life dolphins in this movie, which, if you've done this movie today, it'd be CGI. So I appreciate the fact that they have real dolphins jumping, and some of the 3D stuff was pretty fun. I like the idea that they capture the shark, and I think it's the shark from the first. Well, I think it's a great white shark, which it is, but it's a baby shark. And I was even thinking, like, that's a really small shark for being in this movie. Like, it's a pretty small shark. Well, that's because Mama comes in later. But I like that idea. The baby dies, the mama gets pissed, comes in, starts causing mayhem. The scenes where it's, like, bursting the pipes under the water and the room filled with water, that was done well. The scenes that I thought were pretty, cool, where they're jet skiing, the shark is right there, and everybody's panicking, and it even bites Leah Thompson, and it bites her, doesn't kill her, but injures her pretty badly. As far as any negatives go, again, if you didn't call it Jaws, it would be just another shark movie. It really doesn't need to be a Jaws movie. Also with this movie, since you're not having a slow burn and there's not really any suspense, I feel like it would have been better if it was rated R, having more blood. Like my friend John says, boobs, blood, mayhem. In this movie, make it rated R, have the shark eating people left and right, 3D going to the screen. Like, it would have been fun. It would have been really fun if that would have been done. So I wish it was rated R. What else can I say? Probably the biggest problem for me is, before I get to the biggest problem, I want to say this. Another thing that kind of bothered me was they decided to take on the shark by themselves. No Coast Guard, no National Guard, no cops. They decide, hey, we're going to go down there and take these people. We're going to kill this shark. I'm like, call somebody. Call fucking Ghostbusters. Call anybody to go and get this shark under control, because it's causing mayhem and almost killing people. And you're at SeaWorld. This is like an open park, public thing. And you're not going to call the Coast Guard or the cops or anything to help you with guns and stuff? You know, I was like, sitting to the screen, I'm like, just come on, call the cops, call somebody. So that bugged me. But the one thing this movie that to me is its biggest issue is the special effects. These special effects, there are times where the shark looks decent. Other times, the shark looks really wonky and really fake. You can even see certain points in the movie where there's like poles coming out of the water where maybe they moved the shark on these boards or something like that. The 3D stuff, while fun and gimmicky and cheesy, they don't hold up the greatest. The 3D effects look really horrible, I must admit. The infamous shot of the shark going to the glass and it's stopping. The frame literally stops. And you see like CGI glass go through, or however they did that. The green screen, blue screen stuff looked horrible. There are points where certain things like disappear and fade out because the green screen cut it off, and it's like, wow, like what? There's even this really like blur effect around the edge of the camera. I don't know if it's just a version I watched, which I didn't watch it on VHS. Like I said, my VHS player is buried. So I seen it on DVD, which, by the way, no features at all. No features. Not even a trailer. I just said, fuck the trailer. Fuck it. I lost my train of thought. But the special effects, as far as the 3D stuff goes, looked pretty bad. There's like a blur around the screen to the whole movie. Like you take up, like you see like this part up here, the corner up here, it's like blurred sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes we'll have certain scenes where it's blurred. So I'm like, is it like a dream scene? No, it's a real life scene. Like, is it confused? Because usually when they do that blurring thing, it's for dream scenes. So that was a little distracting. The 3D stuff is horrible, I will say that. But at least it was horrible in a fun way, where I kind of is entertained. And the thing with this movie is, yeah, it's not very scary, it's not very suspenseful. It's entertaining. It's got mayhem, maybe not boobs, blood and mayhem, but it has mayhem, has a badass shark, has some cool scenes that I thought were well filmed. Overall, I'm going to give Shark 3. I'm going to give Shark 3. No. I'm going to give Jaws 3 I'm going to give it a generous 6.5 out of 10 for me. 6.5 I think is pretty fair for this movie. Not a 3 point, what was it, 7? Yeah, 3.7. That's a little ridiculous to me. It's not that bad. But a good 6.5 is fair for this movie. Not nearly as good as the first two movies, but still a kick-ass, fun little shark movie that I really liked. But yeah, Jaws 3, 6.5 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it. Very fun movie. What's your thoughts on this movie? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not? Let me know in the comments below. I said that pretty fast, but yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know, guys, thoughts on this film in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. The Explorer 4 is out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a good night, guys.